Yeah, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Foundry Virtual Tabletop from the ground up. And in the last episode, we had some. Let's just not even talk about last episode. But I did mention something about. I thought it was better rolls. Because we kind of did some impromptu stuff. We were talking about the updates and stuff that have happened, and we were looking into seeing what those changes might be. Um, and then we kind of said, well, we still have some time left, and I probably should have ended it right there, but no, I tried to show off some the cool little modules and stuff, which I kind of want to do. But I kind of had it confused as to which module I was in and which one I thought we were in. And so, anyway, yeah, let's pretend that never happened. But I did want to bring up the actual modules, those other modules that I was thinking of. And so we're going to go in here and enable the first one, which is actually called Dice Tray. And what this does is it has some really cool features to it. So if we go into Dice Tray here, for those of you, if you're like me and not the fastest typer in the world, you know, typing /roll D, 1D40 or whatever you're gonna type, can be a little slow for you. So what this one does, first of all, is it adds this little tray at the very bottom. Now there is an option in here that says you can actually go to module settings and you'll see dice tray right here. You can disable the tray that's at the bottom. I've tried doing that and then hitting save and it kind of freezes up. So I think dice tray might have a couple issues with the latest version. And that's one of them. The other one is dice tray makes it so this little D20 that's shown right here is now clickable. However, I can click it and it doesn't do anything. And what it's supposed to do is pop up another window that gives you more options. So let's just really quick show you. For example, let's say I'm supposed to roll a standard, D20 with advantage, and you'll see it automatically says /R D20 2D20 keep high, right? So you can see it rolls, and if we click on this, we can see we rolled a 5 and an 8. 8 is obviously the high one, so it keeps it. Right, do the same thing, disadvantage, we can do that, and roll, and natural 1 or a 17, we keep the natural 1. So it has some really quick things like this. You could also say, if you're doing quick damage or something that doesn't have an automation to it, where you just click it and it does it. For example, let's say it's a healing potion. So we have 2d4, and then we could go in here and say +4, or we could type 4 in here. We'd say 5 if we want, but 4. So it adds that modifier in there. And then if we roll it, that's a not bad roll. That was 10 points of healing for whoever needed that healing. So as you can see, it's kind of nice in that sense, and it gives you this nice tray. I wanted to show you really quick what the panel that pops up looks like, because it even gives you more advanced things. So I'm going to pull up their wiki page. I guess it's not wiki page, it's in GitLab. But it's from where, if you go look in the mod itself, you can actually see or click on the little link there and it'll take you here, where it's the GitLab, where you can actually look at the code and stuff like that. But what it's supposed to do when you click on the little die down here, the D20 Foundry die, is pull up this guy where you can say, oh, I want to roll a D100, I want to do a D, but I want to specify what the value is. I want to say for a custom die, it could be like a 1D3 or something like that for whatever reason. Or we have, delete and clear. We have D4, some of our quick ones, our D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, D20. We can add, subtract, multiply, divide our values. We have quick links to strength, dex, con, int. So here you can see that you could do this all manually. You could type, slash roll 3d6 plus, and then at abil for ability dot str, which is strength dot mod, saying it's the modifier I want to use, and that will actually do the same thing. Then we can also say, where maybe it's plus your level, or plus your initiative, plus your proficiency, or half your proficiency, or half your level, or double proficiency. For example, if you have expertise in something. So it gives you a really nice little interface for being able to create those really quick, and advantage, disadvantage, parentheses. Didn't say any of that, but I'm sure you could see it. So anyway, that is kind of in a nutshell the dice tray. Now there is one that I was thinking was dice tray, but I also thought was Better Rolls. Better Rolls is different, but there's another one that in our list here is right next to it. So if we go to manage modules, there's this Dice So Nice. Now what this does is, as nice as it is to be able to type in all these neat things, and have them pull up, there's just something special about having dice roll on the table. And this one gives us 3D dice and gives us lots and lots of options for customizing these dice. For example, if we want to do our advantage roll, you'll see we have 2 dice. Now the default is to grab whatever color I am here, and I think we talked about how to get that before. If we go in player's configuration, it's the player color. But anyway, that's the default color. However, you might want to customize your dice, and they have some presets that are really nice in this one, and they also give you some really nice customizability. Is that a word? I don't know. But it's really nice because it's not so much interfacing with Dice Tray, because Dice Tray just simply creates your message up here and then sends it to the actual system, which is what rolls the die and everything else. So it does make it so it kind of seems like it's interfacing with the system. If I did D100, because it's typing slash R D100, this should be the exact same thing, slash R slash D, or what, 1 D100. You'll see it does basically the same thing. So let's go talk about some of these options, and this one actually works. So if we go into not manage mono, I wish it was under there, but no, it's under configuration settings, or configure settings, and then module settings. So this one's called Dice So Nice. In here it really doesn't have anything other than kind of, you can have up to 50 dice roll at once. So I could do 50 D10, or here we could say it's the max is 20. Now I'm not sure, I actually have never checked if we were to do set to 20 right now, and what if we said slash R 50 D10, sure, why not? So it's only showing us 20, but it still is rolling the 50. Yeah, because each of these are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So we got 5 rows. So it's still doing it, but it's only displaying those first 20. So if we set it to 50, then obviously we'd be able to see that 50. I was curious if it would say there was some kind of error, but I guess it really doesn't matter. I mean, the dice aren't up long enough for you to really go through and add them all up and verify it, but it is doing it. So where this guy shines is actually in this 3D dice setting. So if we click on this, we get a nice little GUI of our dice up here. We can say enable 3D dice or disable 3D dice. Up here it's the same. I'm not exactly sure. Let's just go check down here real quick. Say save. Although maybe we don't need to. See, I think maybe it's actually the system that's actually having issues with that. I don't know, I'll have to research that, but let's see. So now we have it not being 3D dice. So let's see if we notice the difference. Slash R, I think we left it at 20, right? D20s. Okay, so the 3D dice is actually the dice. I was wondering if it would be more like flat images that it would just pop up, you know, across the bottom or something. But it looks like it is not. So this is actually enabling the 3D dice completely. All right, so here is our options. So first we have the standard, which is basically just taking whatever your color is and putting it as the base color. As you can see, all three colors here, which we'll talk about, are this magenta, pink, whatever you want to call it. So we come in here. The faces obviously are our faces here. The only place I've even seen this happen is on the D6. And what this does is it will make it into a regular dice that you get in a game that has the dots. So we have dot white, and you'll see that they're all dotted white. Or we have dot black. It doesn't actually seem to do anything for anything else. And I guess that makes sense. I mean, try and fit 20 dots in that tiny little triangle. Not going to be an easy task. So that's your first thing, is your dice presets. This is where it's really cool, is the theme. So the custom is where you can set up your own information, I believe just right here. But let's go ahead and go through these. I'm going to scroll up to the top and we'll just click on acid first. So these are just presets that have been made for you. So you'll notice we don't have any customizability. Is that a word? Yeah, I think so. But you can see what the dice will look like. So I guess if you could come in between rolls and actually say, oh, I'm going to throw an acid bolt. It'd be really cool to have acid dice. You could do that because these are different types of damage. So we have acid, we have air, which is it kind of feels like I'm seeing through it because I'm seeing the shadow through it, which is kind of cool. I like that. I don't really see numbers, you know, like the etchings of the numbers, but that's okay. I think that's a really cool one for air. Then we have earth. Not sure why. I mean, I guess they have 2 brown, 2 green, and 2 dark brown, or 3 dark brown. I'm not sure. We have fire. Maybe it's just kind of random fiery colors to make it look cool. Force. I like it. Ice, once again, kind of a translucent one you can see through. I like that. We have there lightning, which is also translucent. We have our necrotic. I've always kind of imagined necrotic being more... Oh, dude, I just noticed those are skulls. I thought it was just kind of like bubbles and stuff. I didn't notice it was skulls till I just saw it lined up right there. That is cool, actually. Okay, so necrotic works. But I have always kind of thought that necrotic was more of your purple, teal kind of colors, you know. Probably because I'm thinking World of Warcraft. I think that's probably it. Let's go back here, do another one. We have poison. That's a pretty cool one for poison. I like it. We have psychic. We have radiant. There's thunder. Water, pretty cool there. Astral sea. Blood moon. Foundry, of course there has to be a Foundry one. I think it'd be really cool as if, like with custom colors, you could add the gradient, because you can see this is a radial gradient where, you know, it's lighter and then it's kind of in a circle, goes out. That would be really cool if there were some more options where you could actually customize, say, your magenta, but choose 2 colors that it's going from. So it could be like, I don't know, black probably wouldn't be a good color because you got black numbers, but we can change the number color. We'll get there. So anyway, yeah, that's a really cool one as well. Then we have Glitter Party. Kind of looks like they're glittery. Inspired. We have Pastel Sunset. Pink Dream. That's necrotic, but in, I guess, pink colors. Pink and purple. Starry Night. Black. And there's our custom. We have Rainbow, which is just kind of random colors. All of there is a random right there, which I'm not sure if every time you roll it, it's a random set, or if it just does random colors and these are them. We'll have to check that, because it wouldn't be too hard to check, because we can remember that 8, 10, and 12 all have just a purple. Then we have White, Tiger King, because why not? Toxic, and that's the last one. Excuse me. Let's go try this. Hit save there. I'm just going to hit close because that seems to freeze if I hit save there. So let's go ahead and maybe throw in a bunch of those. Roll. Oh, actually, I wanted to do. Well, yeah, it is random. I guess that was even a better way to check it. Is we could just. I wonder if these will do it in sets. Like there's that one and that one, that one, that one, that one. It kind of seems like it does. No, those are different. Roll it again. Oh, I have to do it again. Those match. Those match. Those match. Those do not. So yeah, it definitely seems random. So if you want to have random dice, I'm imagining it's grabbing from all the things. However, I didn't see any of those special themed ones, like the thunder and ice. I mean, let's just do maybe. Well, let's just change this to. I think did we change it to 50? I don't know. Let's see if we can see any of those kind of well, that's translucent. That. I think so. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. So let's go ahead and go down the rest of these settings because there's so many. So if we go back to custom, which is right here, custom black. I'm not sure why it's custom black, but so the label color is the actual label. So for example, if we have we could have it be pink or the magenta color, and you'll see very nice. The magenta or pink, whatever this one's called, I really like it with an offset of black. I think those are some really cool colors together. Like maybe do the black in there and then do that magenta here. So before we do this, let's kind of talk about these other parts. So this dice color is the entire die. The outline color is the outline of the number. So let's say we wanted to have the magenta as the outline. We can get a really cool effect there where the inside of it is still that black, right? And we can change that to any other color we want. We can also change the edge color to kind of highlight the edges of the die. So if we wanted to do that, for example, go ahead and say OK, and now you can see all the edges. So this is some pretty cool looking dice. Then you can also do textures to it, which is all the stuff like we could add cloud texture to it. That doesn't quite look as good to me. Marble maybe. That looks like it probably doesn't work very well with black. Let's see, what speckles. That doesn't work well with black. So anyway, you can play with these. There's glitter transparent. That's not terrible. Glitter. And it looks like a lot of these don't work with black. Let's choose the magenta. Oh, there we go. Now it works with black. Well, okay, so to speak. Let's just go down these. So we have cloud, for example. We have our fire. We have marble, water, ice, paper, speckles, glitter. So speckles is kind of reverse glitter. Then we have glitter transparent. We have stars. We have stained glass. We have skulls, which is necrotic. We have leopard, which is Tiger King. Oh, we actually have tiger and leopard. And cheetah. Astral sea, wood. That one's kind of hard to see with black and pink or magenta. That might look really good with, kind of browns and darker colors. Metal and radial. So that, it looks like it really isn't giving us the option to change it. It has to right now be that orange to yellow to orangish color, or whatever you want to call it. Then there's none, which is auto themed, which is what they already were, and that is it. So next option down here is automatically hide. You can leave the dice out there forever, which is kind of annoying, or milliseconds before hiding. So roughly this is 2 seconds, because 10,000, not 10,000, 1,000 is 1 second, 2,000 would be 2 seconds in milliseconds. Then you have the option of having them fade out or just disappear, I guess. The sound effects, we obviously are hearing that. It's obvious what that is. Auto scaling, this is the size of the dice. I kind of think those dice are a little too big. Does this actually show us the scale here? Doesn't seem to. So I haven't really played with the scaling. I don't know what 40 is. We'll look at that afterwards. Then we have the shadow quality. So you can see the shadow right here. We can have high, low, where it's really kind of jaggedy as it spins. They're not going to be spinning that long. It'll be solid when you're actually looking at it. So if it's hard on your system, go ahead and turn it either low or even none. I like the shadow personally, so there's that. There's the advanced lighting. This probably is for maybe like your metal and stuff like that. Will show more light coming on one side. I don't know if they can really see it here. And then we have the animation speed. We can have normal, we can have 2 times speed, or 3 times speed. I'm curious to see how small that is. Let's go check. So let's just go do maybe 8 of those. Oh, those are tiny. And then I imagine the big ones just gotta be ginormous. Configure settings, modules, dice. So 100, save, close that. And oh my gosh. So there's your scale size. I would probably think, just from looking at those two, maybe 30, 25, 30 might be what I might like. I mean, they feel a little too big to me, because this is the size of my token right there. This is the map. I kind of feel like it should be, maybe roughly around the size of the square. What am I doing? I need to come up here. Go ahead. Let's check 30 real quick. 50, 39. Let's type it. We can't type it. 31 and 30. Save. Close that. That's not bad for me. The colors probably not as good. Like I would probably, just because having that pink outline makes the numbers seem a little thinner, and a little harder to read. The size actually I'm okay with, but let's go change one other thing, and then we're gonna end this episode. So outline color, if I go change that, say to black, that'll make those numbers just a little bit more bold, quite a bit actually. But that might make that one just a little more legible. No, that's I don't know. I can read them, but it's a little blurry. Maybe 40, and then change that thing back. Now we're just kind of wasting time. So I'm gonna go. This is the last one we're gonna do. I'm gonna change that back to the magenta color, and let's change this maybe to 40. Be nice if we could type in this window. There we go, perfect. Close. And that, I don't remember what the default was on it, but I like that. I think that's pretty good. All right, guys. So I think that will do it for these two modules, add-ons. I think they're called that. No, they're called modules. So yeah, I think that'll do it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. It was definitely much better in my opinion than the last episode, but it wouldn't take much to be better than that last episode. That was pretty bad. I mean, we got a little good information from it, but overall, pretty bad. So anyway, hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Discord and my other channels. And, you know, share my channel with other people. If they like it, they can sub, and, you know, we'll just grow up the Tasmanian family. And that's it. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.